Welcome to The Unseen Paranormal. I'm your host, paranormal researcher, investigator, and author, Eric Freeman Sims. Tonight, we are joined by special guest, paranormal filmmaker and investigator, Austin Lawrence. And special guest, paranormal author, investigator, and researcher, Shrader Hill. This is The Unseen Paranormal Live. Hey everybody, Eric here. Thank you for tuning in for this special edition of the Unseen Paranormal Podcast Live. I'm going to go ahead and bring our two special guests in. We have Mr. Austin Lawrence and Miss Shrader Hill. Hey y'all, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Great.
How y'all?
We were just making fun of Sin because she slid in right at 000. Always running late.
Yeah, but I'm here.
I know. You got a lot going on. That's all I'll say. I understand. I'm glad you're here. So,
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad you're both here. So we have an exciting announcement tonight about the Unseen Paranormal, and we're going to talk about some of the other projects that the three of us have going on together and separately, and all that stuff, and get y'all updated. The show is coming back. It will be back on the last Wednesday of March, which is March. Be March 26th. So that will be the first episode of the Unseen Paranormal when we come back. And our new format, and the reason that I have Austin and Sin on here with me, is that we're going to change the format a little bit. So the format that you're used to with me interviewing authors and other people in the paranormal, we will still have shows like that. My light just fell. We will have shows like that that we will still be putting out. And the show is going to go to every other Wednesday. So 2 episodes a month. So we're going to go to every other Wednesday, and the new format is going to be, we're going to switch back and forth between co-hosts between Austin and Sin. So because they're busy, so I couldn't just pick one. I love them both and I want them both on the show. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a topic each episode that one of them is a guest host on. And we're going to tell stories about that topic, such as horror stories of Bigfoot. Just for example. And we're going to tell stories, eyewitness stories of that, and then we're going to discuss what we think about that stuff. So there'll be things like black-eyed kids, doppelgangers, poltergeists will be the different subjects that we talk about and tell different stories, like I said, about that. So we'll have the ghost story format in there, as well as kind of the interview format and us talking about the paranormal and what we think about the subjects and if we've had any experience with those subjects ourselves. So we're going to mix it up with the Unseen Paranormal a bit. And I want to thank Sin and Austin both for agreeing to co-host with me, but you'll be seeing a lot of both of them. Like I said, it'll like I said, so it's not confusing. It's not gonna be the three of us hosting. It'll be me. I'll be on every show because it's my show, and I'll be doing the majority of the work because they're busy. But they're graciously gonna come on and co-host with me. So,
but it would be so sad not for us to do something together, the three of us.
I know.
True. We'll have a picture of you hanging on the screen every time we do it.
Shut up.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Okay.
Mike.
Yes, we were talking about aliens too.
Mike can tell you about some alien abductions.
Look, I've got some paranormal activity going on with his light. It does not want to stay there. Sorry.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah, so we all three of us have a lot going on in the paranormal world, in personal lives too, but we're going to talk about the paranormal stuff tonight. So Austin, you've been working on the Dead Chronicles, which we saw in the intro, the logo for, and how's that coming along?
It's coming along. I'm hoping to be finished sometime in the next 10 years. I'm shooting for March is my goal to be done with the first season. I already started filming the second one. So
for the people that don't know about the Dead Chronicles, you want to give them a little taste of what it's about, and if you want, we can show the preview.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Chronicles is paranormal show that's more. How do I want to explain it? If you can envision the first couple of seasons of Ghost Hunters, it's kind of the vibes, limited equipment. It's very kind of have you in the action type of feel. It's mainly about trying to go to locations and getting the real stories of locations, not running around screaming demons.
Right.
And just kind of bringing back, because at some point we lost the history and all the real stories of these locations and replaced it with spooky stuff. And it's about trying to get back to, the history, the real stories, and realizing that these were real people, which is something that we've forgotten over time too. Anymore, it's like, this is our entertainment, not, hey, this is a person who lived here, who still lives here.
Right.
Did all these amazing things, and we should treat them as people. Because, if you had the worst moment of your life in a place and have people go in there and be like, hey, Eric, remember when you were being a bitch?
Right.
Like that, because that's what these people do. Legitimately, people would investigate these places. That's what they do. Yeah. And it's like, really? So I'm in the place where I had the worst moment of my life, where my life might have ended, and I'm being reminded of it every single day.
Yeah, like, hey, how'd it feel to get your throat slit?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is just, it's about trying to get rid of all of that stuff in the paranormal.
Right.
And just, being real.
Yeah, and also showing true investigations. Like, we try to we debunk everything that we can, and we work on debunking stuff if we can, and take out all the BS in it, and and bring it back to, like you said, originally what it was. It's awesome. You want to share your screen, and we'll show the trailer.
Plus, you've got a hook with that too. You got Mark. What? You've got a hook with it. You got Mark doing remotes and bringing in.
Yeah, so season 1, I did work with Mark. Season 2 is going to be a lot of Mark. Mark is me brought more to the forefront in season 2, which I'm really excited about. But there is a really insane storyline involving Mark that is still mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And so lingering emotions and all, 100%.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. 1,000,000%.
Actually giving a shit about the people and their stories, and
and that's it is funny because I've spent a lot of time at these locations, especially where before they do Publix and stuff like that, and when groups come in, I can pretty much tell who's going to get activity just off like the first 5 seconds of seeing them. And then they'll come back like, well, we didn't get any activity. Well, yeah, because you're assholes.
Right.
You're just here for thrills. And you're being assholes. You're being disrespectful. You're not going to get any activity. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Right. So, what do they say? You can catch more
flies with
ghosts with honey, or whatever it is.
You catch more ghosts with ectoplasm.
Yeah. Oh man.
You gonna share your screen?
Do I want to? I don't know. I don't want to show like the. I don't
want to see any dick pics or anything. I want to see the trailer for.
That's all my hard drive is. That's all I have.
You can't share a YouTube tab.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Well, I was trying to figure out because my channel
tabs. Hide all the porno tabs and just do the YouTube tabs.
I'm still clicking, man. I'm still clicking. Okay.
Wow.
I didn't realize that the original trailer was like 9 minutes long. So I have the first episode trailer that's like 2 minutes long. So I was trying to figure out, how do I present share screen?
I love my Austin.
Share screen. Oh wow, I can pick the tab and everything. Look at this.
Yeah. All right, we're going to show
doing a thing. Is it doing a thing?
Trailer. It is.
Okay. Here we go.
It was an Army aircraft. It was named Nike Missile Base.
Can you turn it up?
The Greek god. It was an anti-aircraft missile base. My daughter is.
Oh, there we go.
And back it up. Yeah.
It was an Army aircraft. It was named Nike Missile Base after the Greek god. It was an anti-aircraft missile base. My daughter is an amateur ghost hunter. I am a skeptic, so of course I'm laughing.
Anytime paranormal investigators are in here, they find things.
She comes up with a gentleman named Alex, and she comes up with another gentleman named Philip.
We made the mistake of trying to set up camp in Alex's room. He did not like that. We had a Reagan Exorcist animatronic that is, I believe, motion activated.
He actually turned it off, took out the batteries, just completely killed it because it kept on going off, and the head actually kept spinning.
I'm here, is come a little closer.
Literally right before we called you, I told her, I said, if one of those goes off while I'm in there, I'm pissing myself.
He says, piss yourself.
Right.
The shower, we get a lot of activity in there. She had a mic around her neck, and it got ripped off. Like, it broke in two. And she showed us, and she had 3 scratch marks.
I decided my best chances to be able to experience or document anything would be to go here and try to provoke. You know, you may have been able to do it to her, but I guarantee you, you don't have the guts to do it to me.
I warned them. I'm like, if you push it too much, it's going to attack you.
Did that really just happen?
Yeah.
His name begins with an L. Lucifer. He's there to scare you.
I did not expect to experience that in a million years.
Nice job.
Awesome,
Sorry,
awesome.
Mark is blowing up my phone. He must have heard me.
Yeah.
Must have heard me say his name. he's talking to me about one of the places we just filmed at. He's like, "Oh, she just said this to me and this and this." I'm like, he never turns off.
So,
He doesn't.
so for anybody that's not familiar with Mark, Mark is a medium, and he was introduced to us by Sin. He's a good friend of Sin's, and he's working with Austin on the Dead Chronicles. And man, some of the stuff that he comes up with at these locations is just incredible information that he has no way of knowing, that even the fucking owners don't know some of this information. I mean, especially at Randolph County Infirmary, that episode, I can't wait on that episode because, man, just the stuff that we know behind the scenes that y'all got is just incredible, and I can't see what you even forgot to tell us about, because it's so much stuff. So, Sin, you've had a lot going on. So you were working on a new book.
I am. Yes.
Hopefully you can write better than you can speak.
I need to put you on the spot.
I mean, I thought we were still talking to Austin. I was going to listen a little bit more, and then all of a sudden, boom. But we just got done with Mark's cookbook, the telephone book of recipes. And right after that, I did your book, Eric, edited yours.
She edited my book.
I just did the is it subtitles? Is that what we're calling? It's not really subtitles because it's all in English, right? Austin?
Yeah, I think it's closed captions. I don't know.
Closed captions.
So I just did his first episode closed caption, and we're going to be working on that over the next few weeks or so. But in the meantime, I am working on near-death experience book and Austin stories in that one. And also the signs too. So what happened, I was going to do just signs too, it's not goodbye, signs from beyond too. And I was getting so many near-death experience stories and angel rescues and spirit warnings that I thought I need to pull those out and make that a separate book. So that's what we're doing. And
funny how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how the universe says, "Oh, you're not going to do this. You need to do this right now."
Yeah, you got to. I'm still going to try to bring them out pretty close together. It's not going to be at the same time, but we'll see what happens. But so I'm working on 6, 7. I've got some in 8, and number 9 is going to be a book on the old hospital here in town.
Oh wow,
awesome!
Yeah,
the old Fayetteville Hospital. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mike asked, "How can he watch Dead Chronicles?" Austin, you have any Any insights to that yet, or
no insights yet. Just go follow the Facebook page. Like I said, I'm wrapping up the filming and everything. Hopefully next week to be done with the first season and get that done. And then after that, it's gonna be a process to get it out there. But
yeah,
it'll happen.
Hey, Mr. Al Cooley. Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining in. If any of y'all watching haven't checked out Al's podcast, go check it out. I was just recently, and I'm not saying this for my own benefit because I was just his last guest that just came out this week, but his podcast is great. You'll love him.
And he is a new author as well. Spencer's Ghost.
His
Very
book
good.
is great. Yeah. Yeah. And you can go back. I did an episode with him on Spencer's Ghost before I did the hiatus of the show. So you can go back if anybody hasn't listened to that episode, but go check out Ghost in the Valley podcast. He does a great show and has great guests on there. Sin's been on there before. Austin, you've been on the show before?
No, not yet.
I know Sin has.
Yeah, but he's going to contact you, Austin, and Mark.
Yeah.
So
cool.
just
yeah, you're welcome, man. You shout us out any chance you get. So returning the favor. But yeah, check out his book too. It's available on Amazon. And he was working on a website where you can get autographed copies as well. So
nice.
Go follow him for that. I'm working on the same for my book. So
I was actually talking to him about Goblin Con, and he's gonna try, fingers crossed, to be there. And I said, you could sell your books there. So he's gonna see what he can do with his schedule and trying to get down there and that kind of thing.
If you are going to come out, let me know. I will make sure you have a booth. Since it's my show I'm running. So I get to pick. But we'll talk about Goblin Con here in a minute for any of y'all that don't know about Goblin Con. Let's talk about the cookbook for a second, Sin, that you edited for Mark Elliott Fultz. He's also fixing to do a YouTube cooking show, which I cannot wait because
I know
I'm going to fall on the floor laughing because he is such a joy to talk to listen to, and he's just funny. He's just naturally funny and just a good guy and just has this energy about him that's just infectious. And he just makes you smile and laugh.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but he's going to actually have puppets and dolls and different things.
Of course he is. It's Mark. Of course he is.
And costumes,
right.
Who knows what? Who knows?
But so the book is called what?
It's My Mean Old Grandma's Good Old Cookbook and More. It is available on Amazon, hardback, paperback, Kindle, and
it's 8,000 pages.
It is over 400 pages. 460 something? I don't know. 460. I'm looking at it. I don't even know. But there's 1,788 recipes in there from like the right at 1,000. Not even 999 year, AD. Yeah. We're talking one of those old, and that one is actually, I think, a Russian recipe, pierogi. Pierogi is how they say it. So that's the oldest one in there, and he's got other ones from the 1700s, 1600s. He's been collecting recipes forever. So not only is this his grandmother and mother's and it's stuff that he's collected from all over, and I mean they're from everywhere.
Yeah,
and some of them you have to look up to see what the heck they are talking about.
Yeah.
What?
He also interjects stories of his mean grandmother and his life growing up and stuff too, that are pretty interesting stories.
Yeah, and he's also got Frozen Charlotte, a chapter on Frozen Charlotte, which if you don't know what that is, a young girl was going to a festival, a ball with her fiance, and she had this ball gown on, and her mother told her to put a coat on, and she said, "No, I want everyone to see my gown." Well, it was snowing. It was frigid outside, and she's in a sleigh. So they get to the ball. He goes to help her down. She's frozen stiff. She's dead. So that is the story of Frozen Charlotte, who was too vain to put a coat on. And that's where our China dolls come from. So all those bisque dolls.
I thought it was going to be a recipe for Frozen Charlotte.
There is. And they're really interesting. There's one, it's a violet Frozen Charlotte. I really hope he does that because he actually uses candied violets and different things like that. There's dandelion stuff in there. There's haggis. I mean, you go from one extreme. I was going through and it would be so lovely. Oh, there's a lemon pudding. Oh, there's an orange cake. Oh, chocolate. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then all of a sudden, deer heart. Why? Why are we putting deer heart in here?
Right.
So that's in the ugly sister section that has a warning before you get to it. So if you're squeamish, you don't look at those. Just don't go to that side of the book. Just don't go.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got funeral foods in there and the story behind the Sin Eater from Europe. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, that Sin Eater is fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what we haven't mentioned is Austin's also an author. He just wants to be an undercover author, apparently, and not hawk his books or sell them.
He doesn't ever talk himself up at all about his books. He's terrible.
I am terrible at it. I forget that I literally forget they exist till someone says something about me.
So he has a nonfiction book out, and he has a fiction book, and they're both excellent.
They are.
That's your cue to talk about your own fucking books. So. I'm not your press secretary.
I was hoping so. I'm gonna start hiring Sin because I like the way she holds the book when she talks about it.
Well,
yeah. See, she's got it down.
Yeah. So keep talking.
I got Taylor Mill Horror. That was my first one. It's about a spooky place in Taylor Mill, Kentucky.
That's the nonfiction.
Yeah, that's the nonfiction.
Story. Yeah.
True story. Yep. So it's a story about the owner / when I was there and investigated. It's wild shit. And then we've got Hell's Carnival, which is my fiction-based horror novel. There we go. See, now I have the model. See, just look at her.
Your mail horror. Hell's Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for
those are both up on it.
Got it around here somewhere.
I don't have one of Eric's yet. He doesn't like me.
I haven't seen it.
I know you have. But this is also, here's the one we were talking about, Al's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I need to get that.
Yeah.
See?
And that's a true story. That's a true story of Al growing up in a haunted house, part of his teenage years in a haunted house.
But this one's based on a true story as well. This is what happened to Austin.
Yeah.
And it's spooky as heck.
It is crazy stuff for sure. Yeah.
Spooky as heck. And it's fiction, but the ending.
It is fiction.
The ending got me. Let me just say that. let me repeat it. I was fine up until the end, and I went, "What? Wait, did I miss what?" And I had to go back like 2 pages. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's good. It's good. I'm glad.
Hell's Carnival. Yep.
And his books are available on Amazon as well.
Yep.
And all of Sin's books are available on Amazon. So I did the forward to one of Sin's books, and I've got some stories in a couple of them too. So
yes.
And then Sin edited my book. So
yes.
She's my editor. So speaking of my book, I'm going to play this little trailer that I made just because repurposed content if you had it.
Hell yeah.
So here we go. There are many popular stories of the paranormal in Tennessee. But what about the more uncommon and lesser known haunts and legends? Introducing Small Town Haunts and Legends of Tennessee from paranormal researcher and investigator Eric Freeman Sims. Available now on Amazon, on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited, in paperback and in hardcover. All right, so that's my little trailer for the book. As of yesterday, I'm officially in the special collections of the Williams County Public Library main branch for local authors. So
nice.
Yeah, I applied for their indie author program, and you have to go through their process, and they picked my book to put in the special collections. So I had to take them a signed copy yesterday. And then my local library in the little town I live in, I donated a copy to them, so they were happy about that. Because one of my friends hopefully she's the next librarian out there, so she was pushing me like, you need to bring us a copy. So they were willing to order one, but I was like, I'll just donate one. So I donated a hard copy to them. So nice. And in April, I'll be doing a book signing there at the Fairview Public Library. So
nice.
April 26th. Yeah. And then May 10th, I'll be out here in Fairview. Gotta do the local stuff because I know everybody in town. So they're all so May 10th, they're doing the Arts and Crafts Festival. I'll have the books there for sale too. I'm working on a website also. It'll be up here soon. For the book that people can actually go and order straight from me, autographed copies, instead of having to wait to get them signed if they want. Also, to let you know, huh? What?
Just that's a sentence you don't hear very often.
What? What?
So anyway, just to let you know, it is all great that you order our books from Amazon, but Amazon takes 40%. So,
yeah.
If you get them from us, we're just paying cost for printing the book. So when I have the website, it'll just be the we actually make the majority of the money instead of it going to Amazon for the things that we've created. So I it's the most difficult creative thing I've ever done in my life was to write the first book. I think the second one, which is going to be about Kentucky, is going to be a lot easier because I have my formatting and all that stuff out there. So I am pushing myself. This book took almost 2 years. But I'm pushing myself to have Kentucky out by Goblin Con in October.
Wow.
So I think I can do it. So I've already started researching and getting all that together. So I think I can push it out by then. But on top of everything else I have going on, I just want to a little commentary on my personal life. I'm feeling old since the beginning of this year. No, I'm just going to tell you why. So the first thing is I went to the eye doctor and now I have progressive lenses.
Okay. I mean, that's better than regressive lenses, right?
One of those curved in instead of
True. Yeah.
This one makes your eyes look really big. Like beer goggles.
Mr. Magoo.
So so I have progressive lenses now, so you're not going to read through the bottom.
Do that again.
Take a screenshot.
That's perfect.
And then I figured out yesterday that I've had shingles for the past 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was possible for me to get shingles because I've had the vaccine when I worked in the medical field, and the last time I had my titers drawn, I was immune. But apparently, 5% of people who have the vaccine can still get shingles. It's just not painful. It's not really painful. But I developed this rash on my side, and it's not very big, but it feels like a sunburn.
Yeah.
It doesn't really hurt that bad. But I had patients when I worked urgent care that it's really painful because it follows the nerve path. But apparently, since I've been vaccinated and my body has the antibodies for it, it's not as bad. Blisters weren't as bad and stuff. So that's why I've been feeling like shit for the past 2 weeks. I've been very tired and sleep a lot, and just have not felt good. I'm feeling better, but I still feel very fatigued. But it can last up to 6 weeks. So that's Well, I just always thought shingles. Now next is fucking gout. Then I know I'm old when I get gout.
Right.
I always thought shingles and gout were like old people stuff, not 40-year-old stuff. You know, I mean, I'm 42 for Christ's sake. So I know Sin's rolling her eyes because she's like,
I am.
So,
I am.
Whatever. You look our age. I don't know what you're
30,
about.
30,
I
30
love
34.
I love you both. Thank you.
Nobody in this audience could guess how old you are because
Sure they do. Sure they could. I think I've told all the ones in the chat right now.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I still want to see a birth certificate.
I know.
Right.
I know Al knows, and I know Mike and Jenny both know. So, Victor is the only one that does not know.
Anyway. So another thing that we're all involved in, and I'm including Austin in this because he's bringing his ass down for this, is a big expo in Hopkinsville called Goblin Con 2025, UFO and Paranormal Expo. It is in October 17th and 18th at the Bruce Convention Center in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It is celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Hopkinsville Goblin Little Green Man incident in Kelly, which is like 5 minutes outside of Hopkinsville. And any of y'all that don't know, the Sutton family got attacked on their farm by these little creatures. And for some reason, they got the Green Goblin moniker, but they weren't. They were actually little gunmetal gray creatures, or they're like in gunmetal gray suits. And they're about 3 foot tall and big long ears, kind of gangly, skinny, spindly legs and stuff. So Geraldine Sutton is involved. She's on the committee for the expo. It happened to her family. She was not born then. She didn't learn about the story until she was 8 years old from her father. But it's become this big thing. And they used to have the Kelly Green Man Festival every year. And then COVID in 2020, after 2020 kind of killed it. So Hopkinsville, City of Hopkinsville, Visit Hopkinsville, which is a tourist bureau for Hopkinsville, is actually putting this one on. And they hired me to be the event coordinator. So I am coordinating all the vendors, speakers, and all that stuff. We will be announcing speakers very, very soon. I can tell you a few of the speakers. Sin is one of them. Sin is going to be a speaker talking about signs from beyond, talking about your loved ones coming back and leaving you signs. Austin is going to have a booth.
Austin?
Or he at least is going to come hang out and help me out.
Austin!
Because I need my right-hand man, because he was a huge help at the Tennessee Haunts and Legends Expo.
Austin's just good to have around.
Yeah.
Yes. Some say that.
Most
So,
say that.
Yes. Well, we love you. So tickets are going to be cheap. And catch on the comments, sir. But general admission tickets are going to be cheap. We're going to have a VIP package that includes a meet and greet VIP dinner on Thursday night, entrance into the expo Friday and Saturday with preferred seating for all the speakers and the workshops. We're not just doing speakers, we're also doing workshops. So people can actually come and take classes and ask questions and that type of stuff. We're going to do a few different ones. Hey, Kristen.
Kristen.
One of the workshops that we're doing is fact versus faked paranormal evidence. And I believe that's going to be our buddy John Curley teaching that class.
Oh,
that
cool.
Workshop.
I'll get
He's
to meet him in person.
Yeah, he's coming down from Pennsylvania.
Nice.
And I couldn't think of anybody better. John has been an investigator for many, many years with Harris Area Paranormal. And he is an amazing guy. He's got some incredible evidence. His team specializes in private residences and helping people. So I love that about him too. Just a great guy all around, great investigator. And a no bullshit type of guy. Yes, John Curley is amazing. And I was so happy when he said yes when I asked him if he'd do it. Another one we're going to do, another workshop we're going to do is fact versus faked paranormal TV versus reality. Ooh. So kind of have, I don't know who's going to teach that yet, but we're definitely, all of us are obnoxious with him too. Me and Austin are definitely, the three of us get together. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Might be the last year for GoblinCon.
Oh no!
Go back and watch some of the live streams that the three of us have done together.
Right.
It's good conversation, but there's some crazy shit on there too. But yeah, gonna have more classes than that. Pat Fitzhugh, who is pretty much the expert on the Bell Witch legend, is going to be a speaker. We got various other people talking about it's a UFO and Paranormal Expo, so it's not just UFO stuff. We're gonna have 3 different panels. We're gonna have a cryptid panel, UFO panel, and a ghost panel. Between the 3 days. So whatever you like in the paranormal, we will have something for you. We're also going to have a room full of arcade machines that are free. So in between speakers and stuff, people can go play arcade games and things like that. We're going to have over 80 vendors. And we've got some really cool vendors that sell them some really cool paranormal stuff, from 3D printed stuff to there's one guy, he was at the Tennessee Haunts and Legends Expo. I just love what he does. He'll go to thrift stores and he buys paintings, and then he paints like Bigfoot in them and does paranormal stuff in them or Halloween stuff. It's amazing. And he's a phenomenal artist too. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to be he's already applied to be a vendor. So great to have him. And Monster Mashups, I think is the name of his. You can go check him out on Etsy. But great, just amazing guy. And then we have this 3D printer who I just accepted their application. They do some of the most amazing 3D printed stuff I've ever seen. I'm talking like Hollywood prop level stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and they create their own molds and things, and they do a lot of different horror movie props and paranormal stuff and like Marvel props and things. So yeah, they're gonna have a really cool booth. But some really cool vendors. It's gonna be fun. We do have some bigger, like I don't want to say bigger because I don't want to take away from the speakers. That's the wrong word to use. We have some para-celebrities, some more well-known people, I guess. We'll put it that way. Some para-celebrities that we have signed on. I don't want to announce them just yet. We will announce them soon, but we'll be announcing all of our speakers soon and start announcing vendors and things like that. We still are open to applications for vendors. We're taking vendor applications till May 1st, and then we will go through and pick the vendors that fit best for GoblinCon. So I got a little trailer for GoblinCon. I'll throw up here to let you tease a little more about it. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Join us Friday, October 17th and Saturday, October 18th for a 2-day expo celebrating the 70th anniversary of the invasion of the Kelly-Holmesville Goblins. Explore over 80 vendors, engage with renowned speakers, participate in educational workshops, and join captivating panels covering paranormal topics from aliens to ghosts to Bigfoot and everything in between. Come for the knowledge, stay for the community, and leave with unforgettable memories. GoblinCon, UFO, and Paranormal Expo 2025 at the Bruce Convention Center in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. For more information, visit GoblinConKY.com. So GoblinCon, yeah, go over to the website GoblinConKY.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook. Like I said, I'm the event coordinator. I'm also doing all the media, so all the graphics that you see. I built the website. Excuse me. We had hamburgers for dinner on the grill. Anyway, that's gross. So a lot going on. Also, the Night House has a lot of stuff going on. A lot of exciting stuff that I can't talk about yet. But a lot of good things going on at the Night House. We have 2 events coming up that we have planned right now that tickets are on sale for, that Sin has graciously decided to join me again. So on April 12th, I've got so much going on in my head with GoblinCon and dates and all that shit that let me pull it up here. So Saturday, April 12th, from noon to 3, we're going to do an afternoon with authors, and it's going to be at the Night House in Hopkinsville. Tickets are $15 a person. It's going to include a history tour by yours truly, author meet and greet, presentation, and book signing with Sin. Sin Shrader Hill is going to be there. She's going to be talking about Science Beyond, her Science Beyond book. And then Pat Fitzhugh, who I was just talking about as well, is going to be coming and talking about the Bell Witch legend. So, and they're actually doing the presentation in the house. But yeah, you'll get a history tour before the first hour. And then after that, you can stick around town, and Sin is our special guest investigator that night from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Night House for a spring public ghost hunt. And doors open at 6. It's $25 a person, and you'll get to investigate with me and Sin and hang out with us all night. So that is going to be fun. So that's what we got planned right now. History tours, I'm going to start back up in March as well for the Night House, and it'll be by appointment. So so people can hit me up on the website or hit me up through email or phone number. And
I think Jenny's asking about GoblinCon. Yes.
Yeah, Sin's going to be a speaker at GoblinCon. She'll have a booth as well with her books. So, but yeah, so a lot going on and a lot more planned for the Night House that we'll be announcing in the upcoming months. I'm trying to find the sweet spot for prices. So of what people want to pay for the Night House and what it's worth. And because I want it to be affordable for everybody. So I just dropped the price. The price is down 7 till midnight. We're going to keep that. That was the winter special, but it's been popular. So I'm going to keep that around. You can do 7 to midnight at the Night House for $150 for 5 people. And then if it's $25 a person for anybody over that. Or you can do a half night for 7 till 3 a.m. That is $250, and it's $25 a person for anybody over 8 investigators. And then if you want to stay all night and sleep in the house, actually sleep in the beds and hang out all night, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., it is $400, and it's $25 extra per person over 8 people. But we cap it at 12 because there's only so many beds and places for people to sleep. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in the Night House, please come see us. It's a awesome place, and I'm so enjoying the place, just being there and working on it. And we've had some weather here lately, so we haven't really got to do a whole lot, but you can keep up with the renovations and everything going on there, and even the paranormal stuff on the website is The Night House, which is KNIGHT, TheNightHouseKY.com. So yeah, it's a lot going on.
Sure. Yeah.
Busy. But yeah. Anything else I want to talk about?
Can we just talk about Sen for the next hour? No,
No.
I was gonna put
that was my vote.
in the opening video. I was gonna put the picture of all three of us, but I was in my pajamas and I was like, nah.
Oh yeah.
We were all looking fucking tired and rough.
Yeah.
That was after a long night of drinking and hanging out, and yeah,
It was fun though.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We're not going to talk about it.
We're not. We're not.
No, because y'all are just going to talk about me. I know how this
brought it up.
conversation is going to go if we talk about.
We
I was talking about the
about-
picture.
Can we talk about when you acted like a cat?
Oh,
That was yes. That was
That was the
phenomenal.
best. That was the best.
Yes.
So
Oh my
Eric
God.
just, I think, didn't you say something about or who said you're going to?
I said something. No, I don't know. But then he just kept like kind of like batting at it to like keep it from falling off or something. I'm like, you're acting like a cat. He's like, I'll show you a cat. Just swats it across the room.
And it went.
they're always trying to embarrass me, and it just doesn't work out for them because I'm not embarrassed by anything.
We're not trying to.
No, it was one of the funniest moments ever. It was phenomenal.
I was also trying to go to sleep on the table because I was rather.
Oh, you were
toasted.
going to sleep,
Oh,
not
yeah,
trying.
yeah.
Well, they
you
wouldn't leave me
accomplished that
alone.
task.
They wouldn't leave me alone, so I was like, "May I help you?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Austin wants to talk about wizards.
Oh my God, no.
That's
no,
an
no.
oldie but a goodie.
I'd like to hear the story.
Oh, you've never heard the story about meth wizards in Louisville?
No. What? Oh dear.
Oh, it's just something we Austin encountered in our travels to Louisville a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was easily the craziest travels ever. Between us
He-
both seeing cars catching fire on the way there, and then the fire alarms going off, and that whole trip was insane.
It did. It was crazy. It was crazy. We had a blast though. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And Austin may or may not have exposed himself to a meth wizard, buck naked.
What?
I don't know if you call it exposing yourself when they come into your room.
I was more surprised.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even get
Lord.
3 wishes for it,
Right.
or whatever wizards grant. I don't know.
Do they grant? They don't grant. That's a genie.
I also didn't think they broke into your hotel rooms when you're naked, but I mean, hey, anything's up for grabs.
They got an eyeful barely.
Oh no.
Kristen says he's crying.
Good times. Good times.
Well, at some point in time, we'll tell that whole story, but that's the cliff notes.
Mike, I did see something that you were posting last night. I hadn't gotten to watch all of it, but it looked pretty weird. So yes, I know what you're talking about. Mike and Jenny have moved from Florida up to North Carolina, and they got there and got settled in, and then that hurricane came in.
Yeah.
And so they were luckily up above where most everybody got hit the worst, but they were cut off, from everything for a while. Everything was down and the whole bit, but they're my buddies that do these.
Oh, that's awesome.
The tumbler.
That's
Can
awesome.
you see it?
That looks really good.
I can't even. Yeah, it's got my info on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they're amazing. They're amazing.
I need to hit them up for hit them up for some. Yeah.
Yes, because they
Awesome
do
merchandise.
phenomenal work.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
See,
Huh. I didn't know we could buy Sen tumblers.
Only from Jenny and Mike.
He said he just send you a screenshot if you want to share it. So we'll take a look at it.
Screenshot zoomed in. Oh, okay. Oh, I dropped my phone. Hang on. I got excited. Oh, okay.
Wow, that's weird looking.
Yeah. That's one of the pictures. So they got some a lot of. I mean, that's colorful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of strange things going on around them. They caught some kind of UFO thingy that was just staying where, in place. And I said, "Are you sure it's not a helicopter?" And they said, "It's, you don't hear anything. It's just something right there." And they've heard some. I'm excited about this too. They've heard some knocks and things.
Okay.
They have found a big footprint, so they might have a Bigfoot thingy around them.
Well, and the weird thing is, a lot of the Bigfoot cases, you got UFO stuff, UAP stuff. It goes on in the same area.
Right.
Wow.
So don't know what that connection. Nobody knows what that connection is, but yeah, they're reported kind of around the same area.
Yep.
So weird. Well, I mean, y'all know as well as that, even though our forte, all of us is ghosts, the three of us, but it's all connected somehow.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Wow. Yeah.
Has to be.
Just just too many weird coincidences and things, like especially like the triangles, all the different triangles, the Alaska Triangle, Bridgewater, triangle that you have all this weird stuff in. The Bermuda Triangle was kind of the original. You have all the weird stuff, but yeah, I mean, in the Alaska Triangle, you got Bigfoot, you got dogmen, you got UFOs, you got ghost stuff, you got missing people, weird disappearances. The same thing in New England, the Bridgewater Triangle, and now they found a. Al was telling me about a triangle. I'm trying to think where he was saying it was at. It had maybe something to do with Tennessee too. But
well, I was going to say, those are the bigger triangles. We've actually got two triangles in this county. So weird things happen.
Really?
Two inner or overlapping triangles. One of the points is the old hospital, and on the other triangle, one of the points is the new hospital. Both of them have a funeral home, and both of them have a graveyard, but they're all different, and they overlap. It's strange things.
Yeah. And I've heard people talk about, especially with ghost stuff, with hauntings, about some kind of like haunting highway between certain locations.
Yeah.
And so, somehow there's a connection. Mike said they had a huge rock thrown in their backyard from the woods last week. I would, if you suspect like it's a Bigfoot type creature, I'd go out there and leave like a gift and see if they bring you something back. Because a lot of the Bigfoot researchers will leave like apples or like some kind of fruit like that won't spoil real quickly, oranges or something. And they'll come back and they'll be like rocks, sitting like cool shaped rocks sitting in the area where the fruit was. Yeah.
Mike and Jenny tried that.
Yeah, I try that. Because if they're throwing rocks at you in your backyard, they're trying to get your attention, I would say. I mean, because you're not encroaching on their territory. You're not going out in the woods. They're trying to get your attention. Right. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for joining us.
JK! Oh my gosh, JK! I'm working on your story as we speak right now. For the near-death experience. That guy, he's incredible. He, Army vet. He has had so many bullets fly past him. He's got guardian angels, spirit guides, all this kind of stuff.
Thank you for your service, man. Appreciate you.
Yes. Yeah. We love JK.
Yeah, I'm ready to have y'all as co-host to deep dive in some of these topics, because just sitting here trying to get the tip of the iceberg with different stuff is like,
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you think we're going to talk about, Eric?
I was telling Austin before, I've picked out 10 things that I'd like to talk about, but it's not, I mean, y'all are co-hosts, so I want y'all to pick out some subjects too. But I'd like to do some I want to get in the weeds with this, to where like with a lot of the guests that I interview, we don't get into the weeds, the crazy, the stuff like that. But like black eyed kids, doppelgangers, skinwalkers, but with like Bigfoot, I want to do Bigfoot horror stories. Like I don't let's just talk about I've talked about Bigfoot 800 times on the show. I've had guests with Bigfoot, but I want to talk about Bigfoot encounters that weren't so good, and things like that.
Like the Fractal monster.
Yeah. And kind of all off the beaten path stuff. The shallow and specific locations too. We can pick like Shallow Battlefield. There's so many stories there, and I wrote about in the book. There's so much paranormal activity and legends around that one battlefield that people don't really know about. Like you hear a lot about Antietam and Gettysburg, and even the hauntings, especially Gettysburg. They've made this whole industry out of it in Gettysburg, and it's the great thing about Gettysburg is it's not bullshit. When you go there, it's the real deal. Like it's not some big tourist attraction that they've created. Kind of like Salem has turned into a big tourist attraction with the witch stuff.
But it's still
cool. It's still cool. It's still a cool
Yeah.
place to go. But Gettysburg is not. They're not like that. Yeah, they promote the ghost stuff and the haunting stuff, but it's very much genuine. You know, we're definitely going to talk about Dogman. Definitely Dogman and Land Between the Lakes, which is not far from me, in the northwest corner of Tennessee and in lower in Kentucky. It's not far from the Night House either. It's about 20 minutes from the Night House. But things like that, Poltergeist. I'd like to get into some like Native American legends and some of the things like that.
Okay.
And talking about the triangles, I mean, Native Americans, they had places that they did not go, that they thought man was not meant to go, and that a lot of those appear in those triangles. So you know, things like that. I want to dive into, you know, but also share some witness stories,
right,
and things as well. So
right.
Also, there is a local legend around here that I wrote about in the book too. In my book, Tennessee Haunts and Small Town Haunts and Legends of Tennessee, called Werewolf Springs, and it's about 20 minutes down the road from me, and it's in a state park. And people think they created the state park to keep people from building in this area where this Dogman roams.
Were you two going to camp there?
We are looking at doing a documentary on it. Yes, sometime this year, whenever Austin has time.
Right.
I can make time. It's just 20 minutes down the street for me.
Right.
I'm 6 hours from him, so
We're trying. I'm trying. I've been trying so hard to get him to move down here. I've been trying to talk him into it.
I know. Me too. We could do so many great things.
I know.
But things like that. But I also want you two to come up with. I also want you two to come up with stories and topics
Well,
as well.
I want to talk about animal ghosts, not just cats and dogs, but there's all kinds of animal ghosts.
Where is it? Is it the where is it? Washington D.C. Help me out here. That has the cat ghost.
There's cat ghosts all over the place.
Yeah, but it's
White
like
House has cat ghosts.
But it's the White House, and there's somewhere else because they have the paw prints like in the floor.
Oh wow!
Like the Capitol building, maybe.
Maybe.
I think it might be. And then like people were like getting scared, like security guards and stuff like that. They were seeing it, they were getting scared, and like they called it like the demon cat because of course. But it would like appear before bad stuff would happen or something. I don't know. But yeah.
But speaking of Capitol buildings, the Tennessee State Capitol is reportedly haunted because there are a couple people that are interred in the walls when they built it. The architect who designed it is interred in the walls, and I forget the other person. It's a famous person from Tennessee that's interred in the walls too. But the two of them hated each other.
Oh,
but the Tennessee Capitol building is supposed to be haunted as well. But so there's just so many stories and so many topics out there to talk about. So I thought we'd dive into that and kind of change up the format, so I'm still interested in the show. But like I said, also I'll still be doing interviews with people as I find authors and other people to talk to, and so I think it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Jonathan said that he had helped people with poltergeist, but he also has helped missing case. Find and actually talk to those that have gone missing. So he's done a lot of good stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got a fascination with Dogman too, Mike. Especially since for some reason, up until a couple of years ago, I'd never heard about Dogman in Land Between the Lakes. But I've been up through Land Between the Lakes so many times, and I've never camped there because if you listen to my show, I don't camp because that fabric ain't gonna stop me. And it's not Bigfoot and Dogman. It's fucking mountain lions and bears and bobcats that we have around here that will eat you. It's the living stuff that I'm afraid of. It ain't even Bigfoot and the things like that. So. But then when you pile on Bigfoot sightings and Dogmen, and supposedly in Land Between the Lakes in the 80s, one of the stories is that a whole family was massacred by a Dogman, and they were in an RV camping. So
wow.
There you go. That's why Eric don't camp. But that's why if we go out to Werewolf Springs, it's going to be one of those things. Like it's going to be entertaining because I'm going to be completely. And Austin's not a camper either. I just know that. We're just not camping people.
Well, I'm not either. I mean, my kind of camping to me would be a Motel 6.
Yeah, I want
that's roughing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Jonathan. Thank you.
Yeah, the seedy $40 a night motel. That's roughing it for me.
Yeah.
With like you go to Florida or South Carolina, big palmetto bugs, the cockroaches,
No,
and they fly around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's stories of them kind of everywhere. It kind of started with the Beast of Bray Road.
Right.
It didn't start there. It started with people bringing their stories out after she wrote the stuff about the dogmen up there. So Al said, "Weird. My last 4 meals were on dogmen." Hey.
Oh wow.
Somebody. Hey, Pam.
I don't understand why it just became a thing out of nowhere, right? Like that was like
right.
All of a sudden it was everything's dogman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Beast of Bray Road stuff, I think, just brought people out of the woodwork that weren't afraid to tell their stories because it wasn't out there in pop culture. So people were reluctant to, because people are going to think they're crazy that they saw this werewolf thing, you know, and so, you know, yeah, there's been several stories of people attacked by Bigfoot. There was a guy back, I think in the 50s or 60s, an older man who was kidnapped by them, and they took him in their camp.
Yeah. And
they didn't hurt him or anything, and he doesn't know why they kidnapped him, but he ended up escaping from them. I can't remember the whole story, but he was a pretty credible witness.
Wait a minute. He was taken to Bigfoot camp?
Yeah, they took him to this cave that they were camping in.
Where is Bigfoot camp?
I don't know. It sounds fun.
Somewhere. Yeah.
How come nobody else is gone?
Well, he thought they were going to kill him. So it's not a fucking amusement, but it's not Dollywood.
I mean, I've never heard of Bigfoot camp. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Chris. And I think before what was her name? I always get her mixed up with the other lady, the two ladies with three names in the paranormal. I cannot. Was it Rosemary Ellen Guiley? Or was that the wrong one? Anyway, she was a reporter in that town. She's a reporter in that town up there in Wisconsin with the Beast of Bray Road. And she wrote this extended article about it from the farmers and stuff seeing it and it killing their livestock and chickens and things. And that newspaper kind of went viral. And then she kind of became a big speaker on dogmen and actually wrote books about other sightings and things. But yeah, I think people were just too scared to come to and tell their stories. I think that happens with a lot in the paranormal, with a lot of the phenomenon. Man, bear, pig.
Yes.
Oh,
Al Gore.
Okay. Now, of course, the man, bear, pig. Right?
Oh, man.
He's been looking for.
Out in Memphis area.
JK, me too.
Out in the Memphis area, they actually have a pigman legend, and I almost put it in the book, but it was too close to Memphis because I tried to stay with the smaller towns. But it's in the Shelby Merriman Forest, which is a state park out there, and they have a legend of this pigman. And from what I researched before I decided not to put the story in the book, it was a guy that really lived, and his face got disfigured from a fire. So he looked like a pig because his nose was burned off, so you could see like his nostril holes.
So it wasn't one of those masks like in the horror movies.
No. This happened back in like the 40s or 50s. And I want to say this guy, I forget, he worked at like a smelting place where they smelted metal, and somehow his face got kind of melted off. We ended up looking like a pig man. Well, then the legend grew up around that he goes around terrorizing people when people have claimed to see him in the Shelby Merriman Forest. And also they've kind of the old urban legend of the hooked hand man's going to come get you if you go necking, you go make it out with your other in this place, because there's a place there that apparently teenagers go to make out and things. And so that story started that the pig man now will come kill you. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. So, but apparently the guy really lived. He was a real person, and his face was disfigured, and he looked like a pig. And then, which I think is sad for the guy because he probably wasn't a bad guy.
Right.
And now this legend that he's some sort of killer or hurts people in this forest is that he's dead. You know, is ridiculous.
Right.
So, but there's all kinds of like man, bear, pig stuff like that. I mean, the Pope-lick monster in Kentucky is a goat. Pope-lick monster in Kentucky. there's a train trestle. I don't think it's used anymore. That this goat man type creature, if you go out there, will people have died out there, actually falling off the train trestle, and people claim
there was one not too long ago.
Yeah. The Hills Have Eyes is kind of off of that wild man. Like in Tennessee, we have the Tennessee wild man and the wild people that people still claim they see, like in the Smoky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains and stuff. Like these people who are like inbred and living off the grid. And it's funny they bring that up because if you go back to my early shows, I did a Halloween special with Suze Lanier Suze Lanier. I'm trying to think of her last name, how to say her last name. Anyway, her name is Suze Lanier. She was the main character in The Hills Have Eyes, the original one. The blonde chick that gets. Well, I was going to use the R word, but then you get banned by the one Mongoloid dude. She was there. They call her the original Scream Queen because of all the screaming she did in that movie. But she was she was the blonde headed chick that was the main character.
Wow,
the original Hills Out. She's amazing. She's awesome lady. But it was cool to talk to her. That's the one thing the podcast is. I've definitely got to talk to a lot of really cool people. So a lot of fun and do a lot of fun things too. So I would have never met y'all if I went for the podcast,
right?
True.
Of course, I had to search you out. You didn't look for me. I searched you out, and that's okay. That's okay.
He was probably too afraid to approach you.
No, I'm still small time.
What's up, Brandon? No worries. Better late than never, buddy. Sin was late, and she's on the show.
I got here right on time. Dang
she slid into home at 000. Right as I started the intro.
I taught classes tonight. You knew that.
You picked the time that we were doing this because of that.
And
you cannot hold her responsible for her own decision.
I got here right on the dot. Damn it. I got here.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'd love to have you on the show to talk about the missing person stuff and all that you've done. That'd be awesome. And I'll hit you up probably next week. I'm gonna start scheduling some guests to record, so I'll get with him. But yeah, it'd be awesome. Brandon's been on the show before. He's an awesome investigator up there with John Curley up in Pennsylvania. Good guy. So, but yeah, you can go back and listen to the episode I did with Brandon. He's a good investigator and had fun chatting with him. So, anything else I want to talk about as far as events going on? I'm sure there'll be other festivals and things that I'll be at, and that's Sin. I'm sure you'll be at some festivals and things. Austin, hopefully he starts making his festival and expo convention rounds.
His circuit.
Probably not. I'll probably be right here.
Not his thing.
You're going to start in the circuit. Definitely.
You're fucking at least coming to Goblin Con. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to have a booth, but you can hang out in mine and Sin's booth.
If you wouldn't have booked it the week that I have to work, it would be a no-brainer.
I had no choice.
Every event that you book.
Look, you motherfucker. I just got hired as the event coordinator. I did not pick the date. It is my show to put together and run, but I am not running the show. I have a boss for this one, okay?
That's fair. So all the other ones, though, you're ready to.
I actually concur with Austin because I wasn't happy with the date either because that's the Green Eyes Festival date.
It's also the weekend of Scarefest in Lexington, but I can't do anything about that.
I know. I'm just saying, Austin wasn't the only one. I'm just saying, that's all.
We need someone to write to about this.
Write to Amy at Visit Hopkinsville. She's the director. She's the boss lady. She's the boss lady that I have to go through. So
right.
I think the drone activity. I think all the drone activity. I think it's still going on. I think the media has just gone on to Trump and Elon Musk circus that's going on with all that, and they're focused on all that. I think they're just not paying attention. You can probably find some smaller news outlets that are still carrying the drone stuff. I don't think it just all of a sudden stopped when it was just kind of ramping up. But yeah, Brandon, let me know with the Night House. I'd love to have you. It'll be awesome. Have y'all at the Night House this summer. Yeah, we're gonna get back on the night house here very soon with the temperatures warming up. I'm so happy that oh my god, such cabin fever here lately with the cold.
Winter's not over yet, though. It's not Easter yet.
No,
Shut up.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I know this is our second false spring.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody put on Facebook the other day, I'm gonna dig that fucking groundhog up and shoot it. Because he saw his shadow or whatever 6 more weeks of winter.
You know,
isn't it always 6 more weeks of winter?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And, what are all the winters we have down here, Eric? Can you name them?
I know the last one is blackberry. There is redbud, dogwood, locust. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there are.
But blackberry is the very last one, and that's when the blackberries bloom, and then they start to fruit. So, wow, 60 degrees in Colorado.
Nice.
That's nice for y'all because y'all are usually piled up in snow this time of year.
Right.
Huh. But yeah, dogwood, redbud, blackberry, locust.
That's 4.
I don't know. I'm always with Roger knows all of them, and he's like, "Well, this is so and so winter." I'm like, "Well, this is asshole spring." I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm just making up shit too, you know.
You're right. Oh my god!
I can't remember them either. I just can't.
Yeah, this was basic white lady winter. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
white lady.
I think we need a white lady to help us out on this one.
I mean,
someone with a nose piercing, please.
Yeah,
let us know.
Winter ends Mother's Day. Wow, that's in May. Hell with that. That's why I live in the South. And sometimes I don't feel like I'm South enough. I love Tennessee. This is my home. I'll never move from here. But if I did, it'd be St. Augustine, Florida, is where I'd live. I love St. Augustine.
Oh, and that's another place. That's another bucket list place.
Oh man, I used to go there as a kid. We would vacation there 2 weeks out of every year because a friend of my parents had a house down there that she would rent to us really cheap because my mom would like spring clean the whole house. And so we'd go down there like in April or May every year for 2 weeks.
Nice.
And it was great. It was amazing.
That would be an amazing place to look around.
Yeah, we went 2 years ago. I want to go back. Roger wants to go back too. We went 2 years ago and had a blast. Had so much fun. Kathy Hatton, who is on my Facebook page, she is the best tour guide in the city. I had her on the show, and they were gracious enough. Ghost of St. Augustine Tours was gracious enough to do a private tour for me and all my friends that went with us, and we had kids with us and stuff too. And they gave a great tour. And Kathy is wonderful, and I have a great relationship with Ghost of St. Augustine. But use them if you ever go to do a tour to learn the history and stuff. They are amazing. They give wonderful tours, not just ghost tours, but Kathy, she's forgotten more about St. Augustine history than anybody else ever known.
No.
She's just wonderful. And it's crazy because she moved down there from Connecticut or somewhere up north. Wow. She's not a native Floridian, native to the area, but she came down and she's just a huge history buff and started working as a tour guide. And she's just, wonderful, but great people in St. Augustine, nicest people. I mean, just, beautiful beaches. And the cool thing is you have Anastasia Island, which you can go down on the beaches there. And it's nothing but one long beach, basically, with businesses and stuff on the other side. And you can go find a beach that's empty.
Nice.
Or you can go across the bridge. We stayed on Anastasia Island in an Airbnb in a house, that's the residential area where all the people live that live in St. Augustine. The actual town proper is all touristy. And so you can actually get away from the tourists too, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
But the locals don't go over the bridge. That's what they'll tell you.
Oh, really?
You go over the bridge. That's when you enter into tourist territory and downtown St. Augustine and all that. One of the amazing things is, his name just went in my head. He was the big oil magnate with Standard Oil, and he basically built St. Augustine back in the 20s, 30s, 40s. There's a college there named after him that he built. He built it as a hotel, and it has the most expensive Tiffany stained glass windows in the world.
Wow.
The stained glass windows are worth more than the building is. just to sneak us on this. But he built this hotel for snowbirds, and he actually built the railroad line, paid to have the railroad come to St. Augustine to bring all these rich people in. Well, he had all these normal people that wanted to come too that weren't rich, but they wanted to come to St. Augustine too. Well, then next door, he built a hotel for the normal people. Well, he put a bunch of amenities in it, like a gym and a giant indoor pool and all this other stuff. Well, the rich people were jealous. They had to walk across the street to go to the pool and to the gym.
Wow.
Flagler was his name. And he was part of, I believe, Standard Oil. That's where he made his money. He was one of the original owners of Standard Oil. And he built St. Augustine. Just an amazing man. Also, the original Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum is in St. Augustine, and the Hotel Warden. I actually got to investigate it and got some shadow activity in there, which was very cool. The hotel itself was haunted. There was a lady who was murdered, and then they set her on fire in her hotel room, and they've got a display set up. But they never caught the murderer. But Robert Ripley, he tried to buy. He used to stay at the Hotel Warden when he went to St. Augustine. He lived in St. Augustine. In all his world travels of collecting stuff, Robert Ripley loved St. Augustine the best. And so he would go there, and he would stay at the Hotel Warden, Castle Warden, too, because it looks like a castle. And he tried to buy it from the owners many times, and they would sell it to him. Well, in 1952, the year after he died, his estate finally bought it and started the first Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
Nice.
Yeah. And so if you ever watched the Ripley's Believe It or Not TV show when it was on back in the 90s, 2000s, a lot of those things that you saw on that TV show are in that museum.
Cool.
Yeah. Really crazy stuff. Really cool place too. It has a in the middle, because it's 3 stories. In the middle, it has this huge atrium that's open, and it has this huge stained glass ceiling that's all colorful.
Oh wow!
And they have a Ferris wheel in there, and it's not a normal size Ferris wheel. It's for like little bitty kids, but they have a giant Ferris wheel in there.
Wow.
Brighton, Tennessee. Where's that at?
Brighton. I'm not sure.
I think there's something to be said about old film versus digital too. Talking about catching with a Polaroid, just the way that, I don't know. I think with even old magnetic tape, you might have more luck getting things sometimes than digital stuff. There's too many anomalies that are explainable with digital, especially with lens flares are a huge thing with digital cameras because the way lenses are made with multiple pieces of glass and things. So you didn't have that orbs. Bad. Yeah, lens sphere or AKA orbs. But you didn't. Well, Austin is a huge photography buff and uses all these old cameras and stuff. But I mean, how often do you really have to worry about lens flares in those older cameras? Not as much as digital cameras, right?
Right.
Because of the way they take in light and the way the chemicals work. So, yeah, I've seen some cool stuff with Polaroids. And people try to explain it with light leakage and all this. You can tell light leakage. I used to work at Walmart developing film, and you can tell what light leakage looks like, as opposed to something in the middle of the picture putting off its own light. That typically light leakage and stuff typically is on the outside edges, or it's the whole photo itself. You're not just going to get a shot in the middle. That would be odd. But I've done a little bit of everything in my life. I talk about all these jobs I had. But I worked in the photo lab at Walmart for a long time developing film. I also sold cell phones at Walmart. It was the same department. And so I went back and forth and sold contract cell phones. And then I worked 20 years in the medical field. I don't have a photo field.
So I had to find out where Brighton was.
Yeah.
It's above Memphis.
Oh, okay.
I know, Sin. Yeah. We were talking amongst ourselves because I figured that's what you were doing.
I was listening to you too. Thank you very much. I'm
just saying I was entertaining the audience while you were looking it up.
Did you know he worked at Walmart?
I love you, JK. JK, they're picking on me right now. JK.
You had to say we were talking about ourselves while you're looking it up.
Mike, Pam.
I was curious where Brighton was too. He said
Jerry, they're picking on me.
He said he sent you a copy of the Polaroid.
He did.
Oh.
But, we've the Night House ghost. Not to change subject, anything.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Jonathan just said simmer down, so I think he's talking to me. I'm sorry.
It's usually a safe bet. If you're in a room, it's probably going towards you.
Oh no, yeah. Pam said stop picking on her.
Thank
Jonathan
you.
said sit
Thank
down.
you.
And then Al was right. It's if we didn't love her, we wouldn't pick on her.
Yeah.
So,
I love you guys.
So the night house ghost, there's been like we've talked about. There's been a learning curve because nobody's ever investigated until we own the house. And here lately, they're starting to communicate. The people we had in last Friday actually got the name John. The brief history tour I gave them, I never said John. I said JB Knight. I never said John. And they got John. And I never said anything about Ida, the daughter. And I never said anything about her whatsoever because I gave them just a brief history tour. So I didn't take up any of their time because they were only there from 7 to midnight. And so at the end of the night, they're like, is there somebody named Ida? I was like, yeah, she was born here and lived her entire life and died here in her 80s. So because Ida was the daughter who never got married, never had kids. And she was born in the house and died in the house in 1938. So
and rode around on a horseback with
a shotgun.
Yeah.
Side saddle, full Victorian, choker and everything. That's what they say with a double barrel shotgun protecting their property. So, that's the first time that I've heard them two be in the house. We get the other three all the time. Now, I don't know who the grumpy guy in the back is. I ain't figured that out yet, but he's one of the knights. And it may be John. I don't think it's John. I think it's one of the other knights. But the Georgie, we get her all the time, the maid, the housekeeper from the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And then Terry is up in the parlor or in the attic a lot.
And I thought he was kind of a grumpy person too.
He's coming around, actually. Okay. Yeah, he's coming around. He was kind of, from what I understand, talking to Cisco and Mark, he was kind of stuck in his own little death world state and wasn't really aware of any other spirits or any people or anything. But apparently what Cisco told me was that since I've been talking to him, it's brought him out of that somewhat and he's starting to come around. But I would talk to him and then I'd ignore him. And the funny thing is Cisco's never been in the house. She doesn't know this. But I ignored him because I'm like, well, after they told me he's kind of in his death state thing, like working his shit out, well, I'll just leave him alone. I'll ignore him unless somebody's investigating, right? Well, he told Cisco that he was tired of me ignoring him, but it did help him.
Wow.
By letting him work his own stuff out. So now I've been talking to him more, and it seems like he follows me around the house more. And the grumpy spirit in the back, he's the one that bangs around and shit in the bedroom, because in that one hallway that goes between the master bedroom and the dining room, that's where that one guy told me that when he was a kid, he saw the guy full on and told me that was one of the knights, and the guy looks at you and treats you like you're the intruder in his house, but he's a ghost.
Yeah.
But that's what he said about it. So I don't know. I didn't get to question him. I'm hoping at some point in time he stops by the house.
That's that closet area.
Yeah.
That's the creepiest place in your house to me.
It used to be a porch. The ceiling was painted paint blue. It used to be a back porch. And then they, when we bought the house, there was a door there, a back door. So they had enclosed it at some point in time, the porch, because above on that wall that shares the bathroom, there's a huge transom window up there that we took out and we were saving. And so that would have been an outside window because that was a porch, a covered porch.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing for the enslaved people to go out to the kitchen and back, and you know what I'm saying, to get into the house, because you have the dining room right there and you also have the bedroom for them to serve, the lady of the house, man and lady of the house, whatever. So, but yeah, that ceiling was painted paint blue, and it was a tongue and groove beadboard. But when we bought it, they had, excuse me, there was a door there, but it was the previous owner had boarded it up on the outside. So we took the door out and studded the wall up and actually put, plywood on it and siding and all that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, one time it was, and maybe he's mad because we shut up the back door. I don't know. But also that bathroom has a false ceiling in it. The gray bathroom downstairs, because that transom window is 2 foot tall. That was an outside window. So I don't know. The house been changed so much, it's hard to tell.
Right.
what the bathroom originally was or what, you know.
Mm-hmm. I keep waiting for something to happen in that master bedroom that, you know, because you catch it all the time.
Yeah, the noises.
Something. Uh-huh.
Now that shiffer robe, I've got the camera on top of it, and I need to move the camera back to the mantle. But that shiffer robe that I got from my friend Mandy is from it's solid wood. It's from the late 1800s, early 1900s. It was her aunt's. They owned a Victorian house. Her aunt did, and they never had any kids, so they left all of their stuff to her. But they had a Victorian house they fixed up full of antiques, and that looked the part and played the part. So that shiffer robe that's sitting on top of the door opens on its own all the time. But you can't get it to do it because when it latches, it's latched because somebody had added a magnet in there at some point in time. So it magnetically latches. It's not loose. It does not come open on its own. But when we go up there, it's open all the time. So that's one of the things that we're hearing underneath the camera.
Wow.
In that room. And also, did I tell you about the, I'm pretty sure I did, the experiment that Roger came up with?
Mm-hmm.
He said, to mess with Georgie, let's open a bunch of drawers.
Oh, yeah.
So in the buffet, in the dining room, we opened a bunch of drawers. We went into the bedrooms, opened all the drawers in the dressers, opened the shiffer robe. Oh, she was pissed.
Really?
She was so mad. I think she was mad because she couldn't shut them. But there were so many noises all throughout the house. The foyer camera caught noises in the dining room. Both of the bedrooms caught noises of furniture, sound like furniture and banging around. And it only happened when we had the drawers open. We went up there a couple of days later and shut them all. Stopped.
What?
So, and the thing, nobody's investigated the dining room, and I don't know why.
No,
I think there's activity in the dining room.
Well, the only time was when we had Mark on the phone.
Yeah.
And we really didn't investigate.
Just
he
briefly.
was just telling you where the energy spot was.
Right. So, but they're learning to communicate. They're communicating a lot more. So, that team didn't give me a rundown a whole lot. They, Brandon, investigate the dining room. Yeah. It's never been, you can sit at the dining room table. You're not going to break anything. And that's what I tell everybody. You can sit in the chairs. I know the table's set up real, elegantly with dishes and things. But you can sit in the chairs,
Just don't break his dishes because he'll kill you.
Right.
Yeah, they are old dishes. They are antique dishes, and they were somebody's grandmother's dishes. So, from the 1800s. But they didn't give me a big rundown, and I can't say why on the live stream here. Yeah, they were scouting a location is what they're doing. So anyway, we'll see what comes of that. So, so they didn't give me a huge rundown of what happened, but they're coming back next weekend to do day shots to get visuals. So
cool.
See what happens with that. Yeah. But yeah, the house is they not too long ago too. I was walking out. I was up there by myself, and I've been in the house for a couple of hours, working around in the kitchen area, and I went to leave, and I walked through the dining room toward the double doors to the foyer, and that's how I was going out and lock the door. Mm-hmm. And I said, it was, I think it was right after we got the ceiling done in the kitchen, and I was like, if you like what we're doing, let me know by banging around on the cameras. I'd love if you talk to me in the cameras, type of stuff. And I walked, as soon as I get out of the dining room and turn the corner and get right in front of the foyer camera where the hall tree is and the cabinet, the curio cabinet with all the stuff in it. I hear a loud bang from the dining room. So I turned around. I was like, okay, I guess you like what we're doing. And I actually have that on video from the foyer camera. You can hear the loud bang and me turning around like, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really
but, yeah, I'm ready for us to have a bunch of teams back in because it's just fun. It's just so much fun having teams in. I thought it would get old, but it doesn't because I'm always excited to see what they're getting and see them having a good time. I also really enjoy giving the tours. It's a lot of fun. So,
unless you've done it 8 times already and somebody walks in and says, "Can we do it one more time?"
Yeah, well, that's why I'm just scheduling. That's why I'm doing scheduling tours because I give such a long tour and so in depth that I think I'm only going to do like 3 a day. You know what I'm saying? Every few hours throughout the day on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and probably in the summer I'll do Thursdays as well. But
That's what happened to me, Austin. When I asked him to take us up, he goes, "I've only done it 6, 7, 8 times already. Sure, let's do it again."
You showed up late for a tour?
The problem is not the tour. It's not me telling you about the house.
It's
the problem is,
no,
my body
stairs.
is broken the fuck down, and my body doesn't want to hoof it up them fucking stairs
Yep.
for the 100th time in the day.
I know.
Because my knees are gone, my back's shot, my shoulders are shot, and so my body just hurts so bad.
That house, the way it's put together, is just an amusement park by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's 5 sets of stairs in the house, you know, and so just going up and down them, especially the weird stairs where you got to twist around.
Yeah,
man, it just kills my knees. And you know, for one, I'm fat, and 2, I spent 15 years on an ambulance lifting fat people. So, you know, the combination of the 2 doesn't work in my favor. So, but yeah.
JK, you'd like it.
Oh, it's a beautiful house.
He sent this. Can you guys see that?
That's crazy on a Polaroid.
Right?
That doesn't look like that to me doesn't look like a light leak.
No.
Can you see the figure though?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy looking. So that's what he got at Brighton. And I don't know, you know, what he was at. That looks like an antique mirror. So I'm not sure if it was a home, a bed and breakfast. I'm not sure what.
Huh. Cool.
There's a mirror up at Thomas' house that you take a picture in it. A lot of people get a woman's face in.
Yeah.
At the end of the hallway. The best picture they've got actually came from a group of school kids, middle school kids that came there on a field trip, and they fed them lunch and then let them run around the hotel, and they had told them the story about the mirror. And this is the middle of the day, but this little girl, well, I guess she's almost a teenager. She caught herself in the mirror, and you can't really see her because she's holding the camera up, her cell phone camera. Plain as day, you see this lady's face in the mirror.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not pareidolia either. This is a face.
Nice.
Yeah, and she took it with a cell phone, so ghosting can happen with digital stuff, but I don't think this was ghosting. It's a poltergeist investigation.
Oh, okay.
Poltergeist, the peaky. Sounds like a Chinese dish. What are you eating tonight? I'm eating peaky. Anyway, PK manifestations, psychokinetic is interesting to me with the poltergeist stuff, because when I was a teenager, I actually think that I had there are a few times where I created PK manifestations. Not necessarily a manifestation as in like a poltergeist, like an entity, but I think that I subconsciously caused things to fly across the room.
Man, I wanted to.
So, and it was at the moments, like, it wasn't when I was thinking about the paranormal, it was when I was really angry.
Yeah.
There were times when I was a teenager, I was a very angry kid for various reasons. But yeah, those times was just all the emotion of anger and depression and sadness. It was all just channeled at once, I think. One of a crazy thing that happened when me and Roger first got together, I don't remember why I was emotional, but I was very angry and emotional. And we heard a loud bang on the wall. Well, 2 days later, I threw my cell phone across the room, and the same bang happened. And we both looked at each other like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And it was in the same area and everything. And this is 2 days later. I didn't know I was going to throw my cell phone because I was mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. So that was weird.
Interesting.
There's only a bed behind him. But yeah, the PK stuff is interesting, and why the thing is, like, why when you get most of the cases through teenagers who are having hormone issues and anger issues and things like that. Yeah, especially teenage girls.
But boys, it can happen to
boys
guys.
do too.
Oh yeah.
No, just statistically, it happens.
Back off on the girls. Back off on the girls.
Well, gladly,
I'm just
honey.
kidding.
Gladly.
I'm just kidding.
Gladly.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway. Yeah, it can. My question was, before we got off on the tangent, was what I was trying to get to is, why does it almost completely go away when you get out of your teenage years. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those poltergeist cases resolve themselves when the person grows up. The teenager gets older and gets out of the kind of that phase, or goes to like therapy.
Yeah.
And deals with, psychotherapy or whatever. So why don't we just innately have that ability? If we can do it at times, then why not be able to harness that?
Right. Learn how to use it. Yeah. And some people do, but some people, like, I wished I could throw stuff across the room with my mind. I wished I could move the pencil on the desk, without touching it. But
I don't, because I'd be in prison for murder. Because I've done thrown someone across the room and smashed somebody's head open.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I probably would have been put away too.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I wanted to know how to do that, but
and this chick the other day in the line at McDonald's.
Oh no,
she would have choked on her chicken nugget if I had PK abilities.
Oh no.
And dog shit would have manifested in her kid's Happy Meal.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I don't lose my patience very often. I'm pretty laid back guy.
When you do, it's usually at McDonald's.
It is just at McDonald's. This lady, just without any regard for anybody, and this is just pissing me off in general, is just the absolute self-entitlement in our country, that people just self-importance. They don't think about anybody else.
Right.
There's
a lot of that, though.
I'll give you the quick story. McDonald's, and this has nothing to do with paranormal, but there was cars lined out the damn driveway at McDonald's. Everybody's in a straight line, because when you get to the end where there's two lines, this person goes this way, this person goes this way, but everybody stays in a straight line until you get there, right?
Yeah.
At our McDonald's, there's not enough room for two lines to develop, so everybody stays in one line. This stupid bitch passes 6 cars that are lined in a row and goes to the second speaker. Like she's somehow fucking entitled queen of McDonald's. And that just pissed me. I was already in a foul mood for whatever
reason.
Was
Beyonce in your town? Was that Beyonce?
Beyonce won't come to Nashville. She knows better.
Well,
since she won Country Album of the Year.
She's got a country album. I don't know why not.
Yeah, that's even more reason for her to stay the fuck out of Nashville. They'll tar and feather her ass. She come to Nashville.
They probably would. Kid Rock would be one of them, and he's not country.
And it had nothing to do with race. It's because the fucking album was not country.
No.
There's no way, shape, or form country. And she beat out Chris Stapleton.
Right.
The epitome of country music right now.
Well, he's pissed. He's brought it up. He's pissed.
Yeah, I thought about that if I had invisibility to mess with
someone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing that pissed me off was, there was just so many cars in a straight line that she just passed. And so I got behind her and her windows down. And I cussed her up and down unless she heard me. So, but I was wishing that she'd choke on a chicken nugget and they should find dog shit in her kids' Happy Meal.
It
crotch goblins.
Did it? It didn't bother her at all, though, did it?
Oh no, she looked straight ahead and looked in the mirror at me.
Right.
After she heard me, she didn't know.
Taylor Swift, JK, shut your mouth.
She ain't been country in a long time.
Oh, man. This has been interesting.
Yeah, from Dogman to shitting in kids' food.
It's Austin exposing themselves to wizards and all kind of manner of things. Want to kill people with PK.
Right? I mean, I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Our favorite people in the paranormal are going out in flames, so that's a good thing.
No.
I'm not going to say any names, but they're going out in flames really quickly.
She likes the nuggets. Does she, JK?
She was trying to get there quickly because she had 6 crotch goblins in the car with her. So the thing that pissed me off too is that she's from a different county. She's not even from our town. She's from the next county over, which is Hickman County, which is meth central.
Did you do a full background check on this woman after this?
She had Hickman County tags.
Yeah, he called in a favor and said, "Run this tag."
Right.
I am a local celebrity. What can I say? Whatever. Thank y'all. Yeah, we're gonna start doing this more often. It's just too much fun. Also, I've also already made fucking graphics and videos for it. So.
Yay!
I didn't spend 30 minutes doing that intro video for nothing.
That's right.
But yeah, we were talking about also after we do so many stories between the three of us, we'll want to do a live stream to kind of, do a debrief on all the stories that we've talked about on the show.
Cool.
So, yeah, at the end of March, y'all look for the Unseen Paranormal podcast to come back, 2 episodes a month. I imagine our episodes are probably going to be longer than the normal 45 minutes to an hour interviews that I do.
Just because of us.
Yeah. Just because we can talk about the paranormal, for
Right.
hours upon hours. So we could talk for the next 2 hours about it. But
Right.
it is 10 o'clock on a Thursday night where we're at. It's 11 o'clock Austin's time and Brandon's time.
I'm right in my prime right now.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I had a great nap in my recliner earlier. So
Did you?
I did. I got a new recliner. It's amazing.
Nice.
I love rich people in Facebook Marketplace. I love that the rich people live 20 minutes down the street because they sell some of the nicest shit for the cheapest price. I got a $2,200 Lazy Boy recliner that looks brand new. That's basically brand new for $200. So
wow.
Brandon said it would never go off topic.
Never, Brandon. Never.
Hopefully, we're just entertaining. And
really,
this is how we are when the three of us are together. So or we're on the phone together. So it's
from one topic to the next, and then we'll come back to a topic, and then it's all good.
It's because I'm supposed to be the moderator and kind of host, and I'm fucking ADD as shit. So.
Right.
And it's all good.
Yeah, we'll make it full circle at some point in time. We'll come back around to what we were talking about. Because my brain would be like, oh yeah, I filed that back there. Let's bring that back to the front.
Yeah.
That's why I always have 8,000 things going on. 9 irons in the fire, as I say.
I think we all do. I think the three of us do.
I have to. If not, I'm bored.
Yeah.
And here lately, I haven't really done much creative stuff. It's driving me fucking crazy because I've been doing a lot of the administrative stuff for GoblinCon and not as much of the creative stuff, and not as much because I haven't been creating graphics or anything for the show because I've been doing the show. And so I thought the other day, that's why I'm fucking bored. It's because I'm not doing anything creative. I need to do something creative. So
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? I feel like I've talked a lot and shared a lot of shit with you people tonight I probably shouldn't have. I feel that every time I do a live, I feel like I shared a lot of things I shouldn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
We can talk about anything. It's all good.
Oh, I found these amazing pimp shoes the other day at Goodwill. Did y'all see the picture?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
I
my
saw
God.
that picture.
They're purple alligator leather, y'all, with the golden tip on the toe.
Did you really buy them?
I did. Yes.
Why
$7.
Where are they? Show them.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. So while he's getting his alligator shoes, I'll show you what I've got on my feet right now.
It does not surprise me at all.
Yeah. See?
That checks out.
I've got one cat sleeping and another one came in. The other one should be coming in within, say, 2 minutes.
It's about that time.
To go.
Yeah.
We're hungry. We are hungry. But, we'll see what happens.
Right.
So I was expecting Mark to come on in the chat. He didn't.
He did not.
He didn't. But
I'll probably call you right after.
I'm surprised he hadn't called, because both times that we're talking about him, he called one of us.
Yeah.
And he does that all the time. Have you got him on?
Yeah.
No, I didn't put them on. I'm in my pajamas for one.
Well,
right now, I may be naked from the waist down for all y'all know.
Look what I got on.
Flamingo. Look at these snazzy shoes right here.
Look at those.
And look, some old man loved these things to death because you can tell they've had some wear. But my these are real alligator leather too.
Wow.
Yeah, $7. So anyway, if any of y'all seen my picture from last Halloween, where I was a cocaine cowboy, 70s cocaine cowboy. my friend Tia is having a theme party this year for her birthday, and she wants to do a 60s, 70s disco theme. So that's where those shoes are coming in.
Nice.
I mean, that's my era.
So it was fun.
You weren't even born yet.
Last Halloween we did a themed Halloween party that was. I'm trying to find the picture of me. Oh, here you
go. Oh.
Yeah, and I had on a pink button-up shirt, and had on blue leisure pants.
You look like somebody. What is that guy's name? He's a porn star.
Ron Jeremy.
Yes, you look like Ron Jeremy. That's exactly who you look like.
Damn.
You ever seen him? He's horribly ugly.
Just from the waist up.
He's not a pretty man. But that's terrifying. You look like Ron Jeremy.
I heard your comment, Austin. We're just going to skip over that one.
JK says those should be your investigation shoes.
I thought about my magic shoes. My magic go shoes.
My magic shoes.
Oh, I love finding shit like that. The funny thing was, it was a black lady at the cash register, and she's like, "Oh my god, these are awesome." She's like, "What are you going to use them for?" And I was like, "A costume party." I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be racist, but some old black guy wore those to church every week.
I'm sure, and she was probably thinking, "Well, you should too."
Yeah.
Nacho Libre.
So, yeah, but I felt it made me feel bad because I was like, I'm not making fun. I didn't want her to think I was making fun of anybody. I think they're awesome, and I'm going to wear them. But also, if I bring back Ain't Idaho, which for anybody that knows my drag character I do every 3 or 4 Halloweens, she may be wearing those next time with the moo.
What's her name?
Ain't Idaho. You've never seen Ain't Idaho?
No.
She's a mess. Oh, your sister's on now.
Oh no.
Hey, Susan.
No. I'm not sure what she's going to tell Mom.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find a picture of Ain't Idaho's hot messness. I ain't done that in a couple of Halloweens.
I've seen a picture. Roger sent me a picture of him and.
Oh yeah.
He was Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Porn, Susan. I'm talking about
porn.
Him. He was looking like the porn person, not me.
Oh, I can't show you what I did last year.
You can't.
It's not appropriate. I can show y'all, but it's not appropriate online.
I mean, has anything we've talked about tonight been appropriate?
No. This will get me kicked off of Facebook and YouTube.
Don't do it then. Don't do it.
I had a set of fake boobs that were silicone that looked like real ones.
Yeah.
And they have real nipples on them, and I had them pierced and everything. So, anyway. Well, I wore a flapper dress too and a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Wait, I can't see that's whited out, darling.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, here we go. It's still.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I can't show him that one. I don't know why. But that's a good picture of you, dude. As Nacho Libre. Can't even see it way back there.
Oh, way out of who I get. Yeah, I haven't broke her out in a couple of years. So, here we go. Looking like the Chiquita Banana lady.
Oh, now I've seen that one. I have seen that one. Yes.
Yeah, I have a big fat suit that and a big fake ass. It makes it really hard to ride in a car though because she barely fits in. You ever seen that movie Norbert?
No.
With Eddie Murphy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
The big lady that plays on there, she can barely fit behind the steering wheel. She said somebody moved her seat. That's what I look like in a car. And I went dressed like that to Nashville, from Fairview to Nashville, riding the passenger seat. And we got up to Null's Road because we were going to my friend Christie's. And Null's Road is, for anybody that doesn't know, Nashville is notoriously Hispanic. and they call it Antioch, Hispaniac. But it's where all the Spanish people live in Nashville, Latino people. And man, they had such a good time with me because I was making kissy faces at them at stoplights, and all these Mexican dudes were laughing their asses off. They loved it. They thought it was funny as shit. That was a lot of fun. I don't know. I do have a fun side. Somebody not so long ago said I was really serious all the time. It was was it Tom Franklin? I think that I was on his podcast, and he said I was serious.
Tom thought you were serious all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to show him tomorrow night because I'm gonna show tomorrow night.
Right.
Tomorrow. But yeah, he said something about me being. He didn't say like he didn't like me. He just said that I was a intense guy or something like that. I'm like,
ooh, that's a little frightening. He's a good guy. He's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like Tom.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever been. Nobody's ever described me like that because usually I'm just a big dork. I don't get embarrassed by shit, so I don't care. So I make fun of myself. I dress crazy for Halloween. Like, I want to have fun.
Just so you know, I didn't agree with that, but Austin shook his head yes when you said you're a dork.
I know I'm a dork.
Yeah.
I was a big nerd.
Embrace it. He's wearing a Star Wars shirt. Come on, Elson.
Oh, it's not even it's a Funko Pop Star Wars shirt.
No, I know.
It's not even like a regular It's not even a regular Star Wars.
Yep.
Look, I have a Funko Pop of myself. Okay.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he
and
does.
Also, this is what I asked my mother-in-law for Christmas. So is a Beetlejuice bubble.
Oh, nice.
It's one of my favorite movies. Yes, I'm a big nerd.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. I am pretty honest. You can ask them. I don't mix words very often. So
He does not hold back. He does not hold back.
I'm not mean.
Oh, he can be though, JK.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't cut him off at McDonald's. You'll be okay.
No, leave those McNuggets alone.
Yep. Damn right.
I was just getting a drink. I wasn't even getting food.
Well, just if you're ever with Austin, he's going to go to Taco Bell. Do not order nuggets at Taco Bell with him because he will, man, he'll be pissed forever.
Listen, I've been on the phone with him. We had to come apart because the fucking app wasn't working for him to pre-order his Taco Bell.
Yeah.
He had to come apart about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to people.
Thank you,
Why would I do that?
But he's had to come apart about it. Like, how dare their app not work? I am not going through there and ordering. I'm like, why just go through the drive-thru? No, I'm not. I'm not going to Taco Bell.
Yep. You're damn right.
All right. You need your diaper changed.
Oh.
You need a bottle.
He is a Taco Bell aficionado.
He's a fiend.
He's a what?
He's a Taco Bell fiend.
He is.
And a Baja Blast fiend.
Oh, I didn't know about the Baja Blast.
Hell yeah.
You got to get the Baja Blast.
That's right.
And I was so excited when they come out with the Baja Blast Zero because I can drink it because I love the Baja Blast.
Are we still at Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
It's Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Magical.
No, I'm not a Mountain Dew person. It's got to have Sundrop in it.
What's the difference?
Oh, what?
What's the difference between Sundrop and Mountain Dew?
Oh, there's a big one.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Sundrop is the drink.
They don't have that up north.
They do now.
I guess not.
They do now.
I'm sorry.
Not
really.
Not everywhere.
Too much and sinuses are jacked up.
Yeah, when last road trip I took up to Northeast.
Oh, look who's chiming in now. Austin's lady. What's up, Lydia?
Because she's the one that ordered nuggets at Taco Bell. And he's still pissed about it. Oh, man. But yeah, Sundrop is a lot more widespread. When I used to live in Texas, this was back
See, even Al said, Al's from Ohio too, and he said, never heard of Sundrop.
Oh,
okay.
Al.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
See, I'm not alone.
So sorry. But when I lived in Texas, Mom used to ship me like 2 2-liter Sundrop things in the mail. like every couple of weeks. So I would have it. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's one of sun drop's one of those southern things, like arson
is.
cola is, and moon pies are kind of
It
southern.
is.
Yeah, but those exist in Ohio.
Yeah, but not until probably the last 10 years or more. Moon pies were like definitely a southern
Oh,
thing.
no.
They're
RC
made.
Cola's always been here.
No, what's the southern thing? It used to be made in Nashville. Moon pies are made in Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Goo clusters. If you know what a Goo cluster is, I don't know if they made it that far. They're made in Nashville too.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a
Whoopie
candy
pies.
bar.
Whoopie pies.
Pies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, she did. I bet she won't again, though.
Yeah. Do they have chicken nuggets to talk about now? They're serving all kind of crazy shit.
I don't know. I think they got rid of them.
They got French fries at a taco place. So,
yeah, that's true. But those are actually good. So I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Rick's barbecue tonight. I was happy with that.
Oh my god. I want some barbecue. I've been saying that for a long time.
You were talking about brisket or something
I know. That damn
this afternoon.
restaurant down in Nashville.
Yeah. Which one?
That shit was amazing. It's in downtown Nashville.
Idley's?
It was
It
might have been. I don't remember. I was wasted.
You were wasted.
Yeah. But their damn brisket like wrap thing was, oh my god. I've been thinking about that for like 2 years now, or however long it's been.
See? Just move on down and you can have it whenever you want to.
I'm trying to remember. It's either, I think it's one of the ones downtown is either Edley's or Jack's Barbecue, which are Nashville originals.
I can't remember. It was like they had a big bar up front with a bunch of drinks.
That describes every bar in
Like
downtown Nashville.
Well, no, but like the whole front was like a very, like the bar was the size of like 3 Nashville bars. Like the whole wall was nothing but a bar. Then it was just like a big open area with just like high top tables.
That sounds like about 10 different bars I can name in Nashville.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's right downtown.
5 minutes from my house is the Brew House, which sounds just like that. They have like 50 taps and a huge bar, and
yeah, that was the vibes there.
Yeah, sounds like every bar in Nashville.
But they had
now every famous person has to have their own bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll just opened his.
Yeah.
Really?
Kid Rock stormed off the stage and cried like a bitch because the audience wouldn't sing with him.
Yeah.
And he was doing a cover song. It wasn't even one of his songs.
I still love Kid Rock. I still love him.
Do you know that he just built a house in Nashville that is a replica of the White House?
Yeah.
Really?
A scaled down replica of the White House, his new houses.
Yep.
But for the longest time, he lived in 2 double wide trailers put together up on the hill because he said if a tornado comes through, he can afford to rebuild those and for way cheaper than a house. This is at the height of his stardom when he was like uber famous 10 years ago. That he lived in 2 double wide trailers put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He's great. He's great. So many people I'd love to meet.
The good thing about the South is, speaking on that, Jonathan, is that you'll hit these little gas stations that have really good meat and threes and really good food.
Yeah.
In the South, that's a thing. I mean, you get the best bar. I mean, the best barbecue place we have in town is out of a gas station right down the street. It's out of a Shell station. So, yeah, that's the best barbecue in town. So, and they do a good meat and three as well. And all you northern people, you don't know what fucking meat and three is. You get to choose your meat, and you get to choose 3 vegetables, 3 sides.
I think they would know what that is.
No, they don't.
Meat and three?
They don't have meat and threes, son.
Well,
that's not a thing up north.
Listen, let me tell you about their Cracker Barrels up there. Their Cracker Barrels are just crazy. Because Austin was telling about this Cracker Barrel that he and Lydia went to, and they had salesmen coming up to their table and trying to sell them stuff. And I was like,
what?
They would not do that down here because that would smack them away from our table. Let us eat.
Well, Cracker Barrel's from here, so yeah.
I know.
Right.
They were started in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Right outside Nashville.
But those ones up there, they're trying
I guess.
So,
I don't know. I never really went to Cracker Barrel except with you guys.
What were they trying to sell you?
they had take-home meals while you're eating your meal, and then they had something
Oh,
else
yeah.
that they were trying to sell, and it was weird because every 2 minutes they'd come to your table.
Wasn't that just a server? Wasn't that just your server refilling your drinks?
No, it was not. And every time it was a different woman. Every single time, like I don't know if that had an endless supply of women in the back just cycling out, but it was strange. Maybe it was like a Project Bluebeam type thing, AI that they're trying to train.
Oh.
Occasionally, the manager will come by and ask you how you're doing in Cracker Barrel, but I've never had a salesperson come and upsell me on their food.
Yeah.
They do take.
Would you like to add bacon to that for $2? So she pulls it out of her pocket. I'm like, no, dude. Yeah, appreciate it.
I used to know the lady who bought all the stuff that goes in Cracker Barrel that hangs on the walls.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
a lot of that has gone away. A lot of that, the stuff that hung from the ceilings, and when 2020 hit, they started taking all that stuff down. So you won't see much hanging anymore.
Yeah, she was their buyer for like 30 years. She went around and bought all the antiques and stuff that hung up. And, they had a couple big warehouses in Nashville that held all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and then she went to work for Loveless Cafe,
which I have not been to yet because you won't take me, Eric.
I won't take you. Live fucking 3 hours away. It's 5 minutes for me.
I'll come up there.
I've told y'all to come up here. I told you have to come up here on a weekday.
Why is Al pissed at Cracker Barrel?
They took away their eggs in the nest. He said, whatever that is. We never had that here in the South. I don't think that's.
I've never heard of that.
Is it like eggs in hash browns? Is that what it is?
Eggs in a basket.
Is it a hash brown basket?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it in toast? Did they cut out the toast?
Well, no, isn't that a frog in the hole? Toad in the hole?
Frog in the hole is where two.
What the hell are you even talking about?
Exactly.
I am so lost.
That's a toad in the hole when they've got the egg in the middle of
No, it's not.
A very sexual euphemism for something.
Yeah.
You ever have that old toad in the hole? No, I can't say that I have.
Right?
It's a recipe. I swear it is.
It's one of the Mark recipes from
1750.
It's one of the Mark recipes from 1750.
That's how hole in the toast and the eggs go in that. It's like a toad in the hole. See?
No. He's got eggs in a basket. You're going to a toad in a hole. That's got to be a Fayetteville Southern thing. That's going to be like you're on the Alabama line, man.
It's a European thing.
You live on the Alabama line. So maybe creeping some Alabamian in your.
Roll Tide.
No. Yeah, roll right on the fuck out of here. I'm so tired of hearing about.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll holler at you next week. We'll get you scheduled to record an interview.
See you, JK.
Thanks for coming in. Toad in the hole.
It is.
Lord. I gotta look this up on Amazon to see if anything comes up.
You look it up, dang it.
I'm not looking it up on Google because I do not want to see what it is.
I think you have to go to certain truck stop bathrooms to get that.
No, it is a freaking recipe. I'm telling you.
A toad in the hole maker.
I love you too, JK.
That's what comes on Amazon.
What?
I'm telling you.
I don't see it anywhere. It came up with a book called The Frog in the Kettle.
Oh, okay. Well, here it is. Toad in the Hole is a traditional English dish.
Oh, I just got a shirt that says "Powered by Toad in the Hole" on Amazon. What is this?
And it is not eggs in the middle. It is sausages baked in Yorkshire pudding batter. So it's like
there's a band called Toad in the Hole.
Okay.
Yes.
They got a song called Alleyway Rover.
Oh me.
There's a song called Toad in the Hole by a guy named Ian Anderson. Yeah, that's some weird English shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need that shirt though.
Right.
Ron Jeremy's new movie from prison.
Yep.
He's getting a toad in the hole every day.
Right.
For being a rapist.
Ew.
Yeah. He's in prison. He got convicted of lots of sexual assault cases.
Ron Jeremy?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fuck, my doppelganger.
When you have that outfit on, yes.
Yeah. He's got an interesting backstory though. I forget what I was watching. I was watching something on like arcades or something like that, and he has like this big collection. But he has a really interesting backstory. Like he was out in the middle. I think he was in Canada, right? He was born in Canada, but like they literally had to like melt snow to get drinking water and take baths and stuff like that. Like he was out in the middle of nowhere. It's interesting. Then he
so he's responsible for half the Sasquatch sightings.
It might be, yeah.
Because he's a hairy fucker.
He's a very hairy man. Yeah.
They're dropping like flies now. We're down to 4 viewers.
They're like, I'm done.
We had 10 viewers about 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
We've gotten to the delirious part of the live stream at 2-hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, Roger's already in bed.
Is he? Well, Greg's asleep on the couch.
When he goes to bed at 10, I didn't realize it was 10 o'clock. I went to get the pimp shoes and I was like, "Oh, you're in bed." I went in the bedroom, flipped on the light.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Okay, good night. Oh Lord. Well, I guess we should wind it down. We've been going for 2 hours. We could go for another 2, I'm sure. Because we're all night people anyway.
Yes. Definitely, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to be on quite a few podcasts coming up. I know that. Tomorrow, like I said, I believe it's at 6 Central, 6 my time. Tom Franklin Show, Eye of Jupiter. Anybody wants to check that out? And then I'm doing Cisco show on Monday. Excuse me, Journey Through the Portal Paranormal podcast on YouTube with Cisco and Steve Stockton. And then there's a new video podcast out here in Fairview called Fairview Live that highlights local businesses, and they've actually got a pretty good following that I'm going to do on the 13th, and it'll be on Facebook. But and then I got quite a few teams starting in March who are already booked for the Night House, so I'll be busy on the weekends with those. So hoping to book more. I'm sure it will. It's just still cold and people aren't booking shit. But so yeah, and my book, Sin's book, Austin's books, they're all available on Amazon. Just look up our names. If you look up Sin's name, you'll find mine. You look at my name, you'll find hers because of the things we've done for each other's books.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
We'll get Austin booked in shortly because he's going to do forward for my near-death experience book.
Awesome.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm reminding you too.
Thank you. Now I just got to figure out what those are.
I told you.
Thanks, Al. Good night, buddy. Well, thank y'all for coming on tonight, and thank y'all for coming to be not guest host, but co-host on the Unseen Paranormal podcast.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So we'll try. Hopefully, we can stay on topic since it'll just be 2 of us talking,
right,
at one time. But all right, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all later. And like I said, tune into the podcast. Go catch up on all the 160 some episodes that are up, and we'll be back at the end of March with all the new shows and the new format, and still be doing interviews as well. So be having fun with it. And go check out the Night House. Go check out Goblin Con. Go check out Sin's books. Follow her and Austin on Facebook for sure. The Dead Chronicles on Facebook. You can follow. Most of these people are probably following Unseen Paranormal, imagine, but please go follow Goblin Con and the Night House as well. And I hope to see y'all soon. And go grab tickets to our damn public ghost hunt in the afternoon with Arthur.
There will be a free toad in the holes.
Yeah.
If you
the first 5 people get free toad in the hole.
That's right.
I want one of those shirts now, damn it, for either my birthday or Christmas this year, which are on the same day. So,
right.
Take your pick. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you later.